Hello everybody, this is Shatugu here once again, and in this video I'm going to be doing a review of the one of Steven Universe episodes, The Zoo. So let's just get started. This episode begins right after the last episode, Gem Heist, and where it has Steven popping out of a little lake, and then he sees Greg, and along with these two other humans in this little kind of island resort area. It's just like I said, there's like a little pond in the middle, and then there's just like a beach area, and there's trees all around. And then Greg introduces the humans. I forget their names exactly, but basically they talk, and then Greg explains to Steven that these humans have never been to Earth. These humans are descendants of other humans that were brought to the zoo back like 5,000 years ago during the war, or at least during Pink Diamond's conquest. And then like the earrings that are put on Steven and Greg and everybody else, they start to glow, and then a little voice comes out of it, basically saying, "It's time to eat, everybody." And then from here we can see, and what Greg explains, there's a routine that they all have, and one of them is to eat, and it's a little fascinating because there's trees that sprout fruit like literally like instantly. They just like nothing, and then you just sprout a little fruit, and this time, and even one of the humans say, this today is a blue fruit. So yeah, it's quite fascinating that these trees could grow fruit, and it's also a little fascinating how like whatever gem technology, I'm not even sure this technically technology, but like the gems, like they figure out a way to make living or at least some kind of food that's edible for these people to eat, and that's how they've been surviving for all their life pretty much. And then the voice continues to say, "Okay, now it's time to go play." They play around. Well, Steven is not enjoying this at all. He wants just to get out of there. And then they say it's time to go take a bath. They take a bath in this little spring, and then they say it's time to go to sleep. And then right when Greg's about to go to sleep, Steven's like, "Oh no, 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 don't go to sleep. We have to get out of here." And then they go look for the door. They find the door, and that's when the two other humans spot them and say, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And then they're like, "Oh, it's a code." Steven explains we have to open this door, and then someone explains, "Well, there's a story of a door opening back long ago when a human got hurt, but they have no idea what hurt means. They have no idea of pain." And so basically, Steven's like, "Okay." It's a little funny saying Steven saying, "Okay, Dad, like I someone needs to get hurt. You slugged me in the face." And Greg says, "No, I'm not gonna hit you." And then Greg says, "Okay, I'll take one for the team. You hit me, Steven." And Steven tries. He just slightly hits his beard. Steven can't really do it. And then Greg says, "No, come on, just I can take it." And then Steven hits Greg in the stomach and hits him all the way to a tree. But that doesn't really work. Like the door isn't opening. Nobody's coming in. And yeah, but with this, we can infer. Well, it could be like a beer situation that we see a little later on in the episode, but we can infer that whatever the story of this human toad of like someone hurting, it must have been something pretty serious, like maybe something even deadly. Maybe they got stabbed. I don't know, but it must have been something really serious if like a gem had to come in and save them pretty much. But then the little voice, a little voice appears again, and she says, "Now it's time for the choosing." And then they go into this little circle, and then it's basically shown that the choosing is this little ritual in a way where it's not too I'm not too sure if it's like calculated on like who's meant to be with who or just random, but each human is selected for another human, and then they get to be each other's mate. And Greg, he doesn't want to do this, and then he basically says, "Well, on Earth, you get to choose who do you want to be with and all that." That's when all the other humans decide, "Well, I'm going to decide to be with you, Greg." And everybody all rounds up all around Greg, and it's just a little funny scene. Then Greg says, "No, I don't want to be with none of you." And then they all start crying, and they're like, "Oh," and then they just all run around crying, and it's just. That's when the door actually opens, and then all the amethyst comes in and basically tries to calm them all down. Or, yeah, basically one of them calls one above the tree and says, "Hey, just calm down." And there's another one like a human saying, "Oh, I'll never be chosen." And then Diamond is like, "Oh, don't worry, you will one day." It's a little funny scene, and it's quite fascinating how these amethysts, maybe it's because they're from Earth or they're just amethysts, they work a little more differently than the other homeworld gems, but they seem to, in a way, like just generally try to calm these people down. Maybe it's like pretty much just their job in a way. But yeah, it was pretty nice to see that. But right when that happens, Greg and Steven sees that as the opportunity to escape, and they try to. But that's when Anamthis finds them, grabs them, and says, "You guys come with me." And that's when the episode ends. So with that, yeah, that this whole entire episode, even though I kind of feel people are just gonna not really write it off as filler, but to me, it's kind of be a little more forgotten because there's no new gen, there's no diamond. I kind of feel people are kind of gonna forget about this episode, which I actually found really hilarious, especially seeing how fascinating these gems were, or not gems, humans were kept here for thousands of years, and then time after time they just been there. But it's a little fascinating. They don't know about pain, and these humans are descendants of other humans, and how can that work? It's a little odd, but I'm not even too sure we're gonna get the answer to that since this is technically on a kids network, Cartoon Network. So maybe the only way we get that answer is by probably asking one of the creators of the show directly. So yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind. Another thing, right when the humans were saying, like when they were crying and they were basically in pain, they raised their hands up in a way that looks similar to how that mural we saw back in Serious Steven, that pyramid like little area. Inside the mural show like these hands raising up to this gem we could assume is a diamond, most likely pink diamond. And that is pretty much, we can figure out what that is. That's without a doubt, at least for me, is a zoo. Now I don't know how that little in picture of like the people raising their hands up to the sky ended up in that little place within Earth, but that's finally an answer. This was foreshadowed all the way back in Serious Steven, which was one of the earliest episodes of the series, so that's really crazy. And other than that, I can't really think of anything else around here. I will have to say that I kind of feel there's going to be certain fan art about some certain characters within the zoo itself. You might get what I mean. It's just, I just have a little tiny feeling that's going to happen. I don't know. That's just me. I just kind of felt that, oh boy, this is going to happen all over again. But still, like, it's just really fascinating seeing all these humans and see how this whole zoo ran. And it's, in a way, isn't really necessarily bad, like how Greg explained to Steven within the episode. Well, yeah, they're happy because they never experienced anything anywhere else. So in a way, yeah, I guess this is bad because all the original humans were taken from their home. All these newer humans now, they haven't experienced nothing else. So to them, it's just basic life. So yeah, that's just something to note, I guess. But yeah, really amazing episode. Absolutely loved it. It was just extremely funny, and the art and the animation just terrific for me. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully, comment below, give me your feedback. I like feedback, and just hopefully just start a discussion about this whole topic and stuff. So I guess I'll see you guys later.